Another episode of the CattleUSA Daily Podcast. Happy Friday, or whatever day you are listening to this, but this comes out on Friday, so I'm saying happy Friday. Today we are bringing back Gary Lezak with the Weather 2020 team. Gary has been on this podcast for like over 50 episodes now, and it has been the most amazing journey. Gary is so fun to have on every single week. He not only brings so much energy to the podcast, but brings so much relevant information for our farmers, for our ranchers out there. And today we're talking about all of that. We're talking hurricanes that are forming right now. We are also talking fall weather rain patterns. So specifically for all of those of you that are getting ready for harvest here in the Midwest, you're going to want to listen in because we are talking rainfall patterns at the end of September, early October, mid-September, what we can kind of expect from all of those things. And then Gary and I just have our usual banter in between all of it as well. And you will get to learn a new skill that I did not know Gary had, and considered me flabbergasted because it's pretty impressive. So let's go ahead and get into this episode with Gary. But before we do, if you could take a few seconds to go like, subscribe, rate, and review, do all of the things. And if you're listening on a podcasting platform, go check us out on YouTube. These videos are always so fun to be able to watch on YouTube. Make sure you get subscribed, do all of the things over there as well. And I have all of Gary's links linked down below. So if you hear us talk about anything in this episode that you're like, I want to check that out, whether it be his Substack link, the link to the dashboard, anything like that, or just the links to Gary's social media, I've got them down below so you can check those out as well. Let's go ahead and get into this episode with Gary. Gary, welcome back to the podcast. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. And everyone, Lauren, who you may know now after all these weeks with us on this podcast, and I think she's all over the place, but she makes you smile. She just is one of those people. It's very rare to know somebody that just makes you smile. You want people in your life that are going to make you smile. They don't have to make you laugh. It'd be great if they could, but they can make you smile. That's all that matters. So thank you.
Aw, Gary, you're going to make my heart pitter patter this morning, getting me all emotional over here. Aw, thank you.
It's true.
Well, hey, you are a person that makes me laugh. I tell you what, I get up every Wednesday morning and I'm like, darn it, I get to talk to Gary today. It's going to be a good day.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yes. What's going on in the world? How's life? How's everything going?
Everything's going great. We're getting through summer. It's the mid-August now, and it's a hurricane forming off the East Coast, and another one of those predictions we'll talk about. The dogs are doing great. The weather is good. It's been a fairly wet summer, but August is weird, so we'll talk about that. And right now, life is good.
Love to hear it. I love to hear it. Well, as far as the weather's going, what's happening there? We've got things to talk about. Dive in.
Yeah, well, you know me. You could get me started, and I might just go.
Go. Take the reins, Gary. Run away. Let's go.
You go take a bathroom break. I'll be talking to you. Just do your thing.
Perfect. Sounds great.
But anyway, no, everything's going great. We are here in the middle of August, and the jet stream, which is caused by temperature contrast, is at its weakest point about a few days ago to a week ago. And so we're going to see the jet stream gradually strengthen and start shifting south all the way until it reaches its peak strength in late January. So what does that mean for us? That we're still in the same pattern we've been in since last October, but it's going to start strengthening again, and we're going to move from summer into September, and it'll be summer-like in September, but then we start having some interaction, and we believe, using the LRC, remember the weather pattern is cycling regularly, right? And so this year's cycle is close to 6 weeks long, 41 days to be exact. It oscillates between 38 and 44 days. What does that mean? That means what has happened will continue to happen, and it's cycling. So what happened 41 days ago or so is returning now. What happened 82 days ago or 123 days ago or 164 days ago, which is 41 times 4, or 205 or 246, They're all multiples of 41. You can go all the way back to last October, like 300 days ago, 240 days ago, whatever it is, one of those cycles. And we can see a reflection of the hurricane that is forming off the East Coast. October 1st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, there was what we call a weather seed that was identified, put into our forecast for this hurricane season. And we predicted that around mid-August, there would be a hurricane forming off the East Coast. There were two candidates, and this is one of those two candidates. So I'm not saying we're 50% right. We're really 100% right on predicting this one. The other candidate was forecast to be a little farther south, but that one may appear in the next cycle. So beware Florida about 40 days from now. All right, but right now, this one's off the East Coast. The weather seeds we identified show that it would likely track offshore and miss the United States. This one is going to do that track. It's going to almost for sure turn north and go out to sea instead of making a landfall and causing a disaster. One slight difference, it could be a disaster. So we have to continue to monitor it. But the LRC would suggest it takes that track. Now, 41 days ago, Chantal is also likely related to this system, and it did form near the coast and make landfall. So there is another weather seed that's related to this that did make landfall, but we favored that offshore movement. The models are going in that direction, so we may avoid a disaster out of this one, but it's going to get a lot of attention this weekend with it becoming a major hurricane in the next 5 days.
Yes, it's crazy to see it all laid out in front of you and be able to sit here and say, hey, the pattern lines up. It's here. The rain patterns are here. The thunderstorms that were here 41 days ago are here 41 days after. The seeds that were planted 200 and whatever. I don't know how you sat here and you did multiples of 41 in a row like that. You must have paid attention in math in elementary school much better than I did, because if I don't have a calculator, it would take me a lot longer than it took you to do those multiples in my head. I could have done it. It would have taken me a lot longer though. So that was impressive.
I have a good friend of mine who's also had a tremendous successful career. He was a big sports agent, and as a sports agent, he was actually my agent too, but my bosses didn't know in TV. I used him as my agent. So I didn't really have an agent, but I used him to look at my contracts, and he hated me because he was all mad at me all the time because he'd said, you can't do this, you can't do that, you have to take this clause out and take all these clauses out, and he redlined my whole thing, and then I just signed the contract, and I disregarded what he told me because it's like, they're not going to do anything to me. And I was right by most of my career. So, but anyway, but my point is I met him in the third grade, and we became really good friends in the third grade as third graders. And he becomes this big arbitrator. He's one of the best arbitrators in the world when it comes to that, and as an attorney. And so his name's Jeff Boris. And he's not Scott Boris, the famous Boris, but he's another Boris that was almost as famous and just about as rich. He made millions and millions and millions of dollars. But in third grade, I would walk outside and say, Jeff, look at that. There's going to be a storm. Look at that. And he'd go, you don't know what you're talking about, as a third grader. Same thing now. I mean, it's same thing now. So just know that's just my friend, Jeff Boris. And I don't know how where I was going with that. Here's where I was going with that. So you can get me distracted. He was really good at math. I was really good at math. And so he says he was better than me at math and faster than me. And I said, I don't think so. So even in the third grade, fourth grade, we were battling each other. Who's the fastest on multiplication tables and addition. And, I can do 99 times any number less than 100 and give you the answer in a split second. Do you have a calculator with you right now? Or do you have? Okay, give me
99 times 83.
8,217.
Just a second. You said it too fast. I don't even have my calculator pulled up.
Well, you started calculating first.
8,217.
Okay, yeah, do the next one.
Okay.
Any number less than 100.
99 times 63.
7. What's the answer? There you go.
6,237. Okay. 99 times 57.
3.
That's correct. What the heck?
Am I right? You got me. I was all worried.
Oh my gosh. How do you do that?
It's amazing. You want me to tell you the secret, or should I just keep it secret?
Just keep the secret, because I don't need that special skill, honestly.
Yeah. Isn't that pretty amazing? So when I tell you the secret, also, if you're really, really good at addition and subtraction fast, because it's really not multiplication. That's the secret to that. It's really, it's multiplication.
Oh, you're taking it times 100.
It's subtracting the number.
Okay. That seems a little easier. It's really fast addition and subtraction. Okay.
Yeah, 99 times 32 is 3,200 minus 32.
Okay.
You just have to know that that's 3,168. Okay, yeah, they're really good. So I do it so fast I can beat a calculator. 99 times 99 is 9,801. So it's subtracting.
Would you look at that?
Now I can do 98s. When you do 98s, it's multiplication and subtraction. You have to multiply the number by 2 and then subtract it from 9,800. So
you're crazy, Gary.
Okay, anyway, so that's how I did 41, 82, 123, 164, 205, 246, and then it would be 307. No, 287. See, I almost made my mistake. See, I'm not perfect.
Consider me impressed. I did not think that we were going to come onto the podcast today and I was going to learn how to multiply things by 99, but here I am.
Practice it and you can impress your friends. But you have to be really good. I have friends that are good at math, and if they go like this, you go, what's 99 times 52? And they go 5,148. That's good. But if you go 5,148 that fast, then it's like,
yeah,
you could beat a calculator.
Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, that's a skill worth having. Love it. I love it.
Are you sure it's worth having?
Hey, you know what? That's a really fun fact.
Yeah.
Honestly, or all those things that people ask all the time when you're at events, or just good icebreakers, or I don't know, all the things.
Or if you're at a party and you just want to impress everyone, get 5 people together, have them take out a calculator and watch them get blown, and mine will get blown. How do you do that?
Oh my gosh. Oh, Gary, I love it. I love it. Well, back to the weather. Back to regular scheduled programming. What else is happening in the weather outside of the hurricane that we just talked about?
Related to what we just talked about, it's the 8th cycle of this year's pattern. There's a phase 1 and a phase 2 part of the pattern. I put that in the Weather 2020 Intelligence Report this week. We talked about it again. And we are now going into phase 1. It has been wet across Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, parts of Nebraska in phase 1. But the August version, in the past 30, 40 years of analyzing August weather, August is one of the toughest months to be wet. So the fact that we have been wet all the way up into the first days of August was amazing, because now we're in the middle of August, and I'm not shocked. The models are struggling to produce the same rainfall patterns in the next week or 10 days. A lot of drying out for a while. So keep in mind that we're still in the same weather pattern. Okay, the LRC sets up in October and November every year. That's cycle 1. And so 2 months from now, we will be in cycle 1 of a brand new pattern that has never, ever happened before. And we'll take you through that and give you a little top secret information. But we're still in the same pattern. We're in the 8th cycle of this pattern. When we go into the 9th cycle of this pattern, and in September, that August dilemma that sometimes also happens in July, but July took a wet twist, which was very good for the corn and the soybeans and most of the crops and farming activities and out there, and the hay. I mean, it's really good. There's places that were too dry. Now they're a little wet. They wanted to dry out so they get their hay. And so I know all this is going on, but there's a concern as we go into harvest. And if you want to see what I wrote in the report, you can go check it out because it's in this week's report. And I'll keep track of it. The 9th cycle of pattern, this part of the cycle that has been wet in most cycles, will return the 20th of September to October 10th. By October 10th, the new LRC will be setting up. But that 20 to 21 day stretch, that 3-week stretch, could be way too wet because I'm predicting right now that will probably be too wet in some areas. So I'm not sure what your timing for harvest is. If you can get a lot of things done before the 20th or 25th of September, you might avoid too wet disaster that could happen for a 3-week stretch. So know that is likely coming, and this includes Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, up into the northern plains. On the northern plains, Fargo, Bismarck, Wisconsin, Minnesota, South Dakota, that area might be too wet earlier in September. So, but then they would dry out for their harvest, which sometimes comes a little bit later. So anyway, just know that is coming.
Good to know for sure, especially when you're like looking out and trying to plan all of those things several weeks and months in advance, get crews together, all of the things. It is extremely, extremely important to know all of that. So
in our report, I took some screenshots from the dashboard that I think everyone should have. Yeah, we've been getting some good testimonials from it, and we're going to continue to work on it, get it better and better and better the next year. But you get a forecast day by day or week by week for your county, for your farm, for your region, for your state or the United States or the world if you want that. And so it is out right now. So, but in there, I posted in our intelligence report, I posted some of those maps, and you can see the state by state how those wet weeks are in the forecast for the second half of September. And it's the only model you can have for that. Now listen to this, Lauren. The weather pattern is cyclic, all right? What's accepted in meteorology, in science, it's called the MJO, the Madden-Julian Oscillation. Dr. Madden, Roland Madden, and Julian, these guys in 1971 stumbled across this cycling pattern in the tropics where thunderstorm complexes and outgoing and incoming long-wave radiation were tracked. And they could see a 30 to 60-day cycle down in the tropics. And they reasoned, this guy Roland Madden reasoned that one day there's going to be a way to predict the weather in the mid-latitudes where we live, which is what the LRC is. And Dr. Roland Madden, he's 87 years old, and I'm meeting with him today for lunch.
that is amazing. That's so fun.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
So the LRC meets the MJO. The MJO is completely accepted in science. The LRC
Wow.
is my discovery from 40 years ago. So I'm going to do my best to listen to Dr. Madden.
Wow.
He is really an amazing man, and he's a wealth of knowledge. And I want to listen, and not just because he might go, who is this guy talking about the LRC? I'll introduce it to him, but I'm going to try to have him get him engaged into it rather than me just tell him everything.
Wow.
I'm capable of just going, blah, 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 listen to me.
You can word vomit all lunch if given the opportunity, I'm sure. But yes, that's so exciting. It's a crossover that is so fun. It's so cool to sit down with people that have been pioneers of things and just be able to hear their story and how they did things and what got them to where they are. And then, hey, maybe in a few years, you'll be able to say that you were the person that did XYZ and you've got someone wanting to sit down at lunch with you and talk about
Couple years now when I'm 87.
You've got more than a couple years. Come on now.
I know it's a whole generation away because I'm,
Exactly.
generation is considered to be about 20 years. So,
Mhm.
I'm just 63, so I should be okay.
You've got plenty of time. Come on. You act like you're 21, so you're fine. You got the energy
Are
of
you
a
saying
21-year-old?
sure? I'm immature.
No, you're mature. I was referring to your energy levels, sir. You don't act like a normal 63-year-old, all right? You act like you bring the energy. You're very vibrant. You're charismatic, all the things. You're not just like hoof.
Thank you, that. Potential spam is what that was.
My husband has been coming home every day after work and he's like, guess how many spam calls I got today?
Really?
And I don't know what list his phone number is on, but it is on a bad one because he's getting an obscene amount of phone calls. I mean, praise the Lord, I haven't gotten any recently, and I would like it to stay that way. Oh,
It says, for an important update from U.S. Tax on your tax forgiveness, call back. I'm like,
no, I'm
I don't know
good.
what that is.
I'm good. Thanks. Thanks for trying, though. Appreciate it. Oh, geez. Well, anything else that we need to hit on, Gary, or have we hit all the nails on the head today?
I think so. There's a lot more to discuss, but we can go read the report this week if you
Yes.
can.
Your Substack report is what you're referring to, right?
Weather 2020, weather2020.substack.com. And
Perfect.
it's an exciting time to join because in the next 2 months, we'll be going from this pattern into a brand new pattern that's never happened before. And I can't wait to talk to Dr. Roland Madden about that today.
I can't wait to hear about that next week and talk about how that meeting went and then all the things. To all of our listeners out there, we've got that Substack link down in the show notes, so make sure you go check that out. Go get that Substack report and stay informed, stay up to date, do all of the things. We also have our exclusive Weather 2020 link down below where we have a partnership with CattleUSA and Weather 2020 where you can get that dashboard that we've talked about a few times, whether it be for your region or for the whole world, whatever you need it for. Gary, as always, thank you for your time today. And to all of our listeners, we will see you all next time on another episode. Have a good one, y'all.